official field. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And he'll get it up 20 to the 22-yard line.
He's run up in my house with a warrant. And they stick a double-barrel shotgun in my nephew's mouth, busting his front teeth out. They says, read the warrant. He says, I don't want to read the warrant. They say, read the warrant. He says, I don't want to read the warrant. They say, read the warrant. He says, I don't want to read the warrant. And they blow his fucking brains out all over the street. Moral of the story is, he didn't want to read the warrant because he couldn't read the warrant. Because he was a 6-year-old little baby. He hadn't learned to read yet. So I don't know what about a warrant. Didn't know what about a warrant now. Go ahead, put on.
Presses underneath, Elliott.
That's a brand new.
It is your week long times in a while, y'all. We're looking at totally the life that you're in. So you want to give me the money, or you want to go to town? No, I don't accept that. You don't accept what? I don't accept that. I reject that. Hey, let's go. John G. was killed today. On the servant of a high-risk and that police spokesperson says he survived his wife and John, you get the picture. I get the picture, and I love that picture. I mean, the picture can't count. I'm gonna do whatever it takes for my son to live. They give the plan. I don't think you'll do it. Sit down. I won't accept that. Not give you accept. Not like stepping on eggs, John. It takes a man to kill himself. I'm not gonna bury my son. My father is going to bury me. If he blows his brains out, he gets blood and guts.
In their game against San Fran last week, Ezekiel Elliott up over 100 yards.
I hear everything you saying. But let's discuss something that's a table. Hitman Holler, Cole, but Gerard Fulton grew up with both parents. Now I'm not knocking having both parents, but your situation wasn't the worst. Like everything mommy ain't having a 15, daddy could cover on the first. He probably taught you that 5-step drop back and that spiral almost amazingly. I told myself you gotta ease off that trigger slow, let that hammer up simultaneously.
23-yard line.
He probably taught you about the birds and the bees to me and clapping all about crabs. Man, them niggas was out the window with the bird throwing up bees, clapping, calling out crabs. You was at practice shooting. If you miss, you do suicides. Them niggas can't do shooting. That was our practice. If you miss, that was suicide.
Well, that's a lot of solo instinct to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Every time I feel some type of way about my work, these family niggas be ignoring me. See, we both real niggas, but you a different kind of me, man. In the church, you was on a different time than me. I'm pull up, trigonometry. You had, yo, come out. You had X squared over Y. You had X squared over Y. Trying to find the remainder then add up. I'm asking my X squared over Y. Trying to back up. Yep. Time out. Your father probably bought some other car. While your sports game, your brother and your brother Bruce. No football. These gloves were for baseball. This face mask was for other use. Your mother was at the game. Corporate colors. What size? My mother was in pain. You want to speak to me?
I'll give it 10. I'll give it 9. Huh? That's what I told her. I told her the same thing. She left already? Huh?
Now Wentz throwing on second down. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
I can't imagine we'd see another throw here. 3rd and goal from the 1. Now a toss play to Blunt. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. LeGarrette Blunt taking it in from a yard out. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. Elliott now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll start the drive with Elliott, and he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Pardon me, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the 2nd quarter, it has been a struggle. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves to James. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And he is knocked down from the side at the 46. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here, because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Give them 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. 1st down, Prescott. toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver. And it's second down. And, partner, I'm going to go off topic for a second here. Discussion we were having in the truck before the game about guys in the NFL this year, superstars that have had slow starts that maybe you're thinking, okay, they need to have a better second half of the season.
Yeah, and I think that some of them will. Amari Cooper comes to mind. Really rough beginning to this season, but he broke out against Kansas City in the Thursday night game, so I think that will continue. Ben Roethlisberger, we're just a couple weeks removed from him thinking, I'm not sure I have it anymore. Oh, yeah, he still has it. They've won 2 games since then. Dez Bryant, he went off against San Francisco. Maybe San Francisco's the tonic that he needed to get him going. Jay Ajayi and Miami are winning. But how about Julio Jones and Matt Ryan? The struggles continue in Atlanta, trying to figure out how to get back to last year's explosiveness. They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
To Blunt here. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Being chased out left. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he connects with Ertz. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. Wentz now on 1st down. And that is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. And a reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
They'll run again with Blunt. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. LeGarrette Blunt with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, It almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Now Prescott. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. Play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Flushed out right. And he's got room. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Room to run past midfield. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And now a first down following that long gain. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he finds Beasley, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. To throw is Wentz. Hard throw, incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Here we go on 4th down with Wentz. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. A first down throw for Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And this one is incomplete.
Credit the secondary, credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. And this one caught by Beasley. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Vinny Curry in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Prescott now on 2nd down. And Beasley with it over the middle. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Prescott from the gun. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Here's Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Now, that incompletion gives us an opportunity to talk about what some people dub Shutout Sunday this last week in the NFL. Well, we have 3 shutouts that we saw?
Yeah, for the first time since 2012, matched the total number of shutouts all of last season. How about Denver getting shut out by the Chargers? That's the first shutout for the Broncos since 1992, 394 games worth. So that's a big deal. The Colts, goose egg against Jacksonville. Jacksonville also put 10 sacks on them in that game. And the Cardinals went all the way to London, Twickenham Stadium, in fact, to get shut out by their division.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Malik Collins busting through to get him for a loss of 6. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Alshon Jeffrey so dangerous even when a defender's near him.
He's got such a big body, ability to run, positions himself well, excellent control. And you're exactly right. Even if people are draped on him, he often comes up with the catch. He really symbolizes what people are looking for in receivers in today's NFL.
Time running out here on the play clock. Snap coming at 1. Now Wentz. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. Well, Charles, peeking back at Week 7 of the NFL season, as always, had some top performances. You and I were discussing Zeke Elliott off air, 3 touchdowns, 147 yards rushing. Who else did you like?
Oh, I liked Eddie Jackson in Chicago. The rookie free safety out of Alabama. 2 defensive touchdowns, over 75 yards each. That's an NFL record. I'm sorry, Ms. Jackson. Eddie's for real.
And then Amari Cooper over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he finally broke out. All we were talking about heading into that game was what's going on with Amari Cooper. Is he being targeted enough? Is he catching the ball enough? What's going on? Well, he broke out in a big way and announced his presence with authority once again.
It'll be a gain of 16 and give him a first down as well. From the gun, it's Wentz. It's hauled in by Torrey Smith. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, that certainly looked like the Torrey Smith we knew in Baltimore. A guy can just run past defenses, and what do they say? Take the top right off of them.
Game-changing speed, and the days in Baltimore good, days in San Fran not so great, but now hoping to get back to his former self.
I would say they have an extremely motivated wide receiver in Torrey Smith.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And his guys are going to have the football back as the third quarter comes to an end. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's got some space here. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 78 yards. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. They got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Bailey now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Play clock winding down. Throwing on first is Wentz. Completes it to Blount. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it's a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense,
blitz coming, and down he goes. Tyrone Crawford able to use that strength and get him for a loss of 2. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
A gain of 32 that time. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Brent Selleck, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
Just drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. That one 28 yards on the ground. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And some space here. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Down the numbers. There he goes. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Here's Blunt. LeGarrette Blunt past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. LeGarrette Blunt, 46 yards. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. They'll try the sweep with Elliott. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Again, it's Elliott. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. First down now, but the clock continues to move. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. First down now, but the clock continues to move. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. But not the position they want to be in. Still a very, very small chance here, but they almost need a miracle.
Agreed. That means they've got to get it to the sidelines, get out of bounds, and preserve clock.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up.
And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
And there's the touchdown that they needed, so they'll celebrate. But the guys on the sidelines, they've got to stay focused. The onside kick team, they need them to get the ball back.
Yeah, part one of the equation done. Now they need to convert and get that onside kick. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. They'll run it here with Blount. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Again, here's Blount. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Wentz to throw. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. The offense lining up 1st and 10. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Look at this. Wentz going to throw. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. We're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not in a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.